Well, hello there. This is Shawn1113 with your Shawn1113 Sports Show podcast. Thank you so much for watching, whatever you are, or wherever this podcast may be. Um, First of all, just want to thank everybody who's been listening to it, whoever, since I've started, especially from the Republic of Ireland, 22%. Wow. That kind of blew my mind that people, not just from the U.S., from the Republic of Ireland, is watching. So keep watching, keep listening, keep watching, and thank you so much for that. Now, well, listening actually, that was my thing. Sorry about that. I gotta tell you, given this Washington Redskin name change, isn't it typical of Dan Synder though? Well, it's not surprising actually, given the history of the controversy of the name. Um, but isn't it typical of Dan Synder? I'm talking to Redskins fans, all the Redskin fans out there. Isn't it typical since Dan Synder has owned that football team that mediocrity has been expected of that team? Of course, I'm a Miami Dolphin football fan. I know what it is. I know when they have sucked. They've been good and no, basically they've sucked throughout most of the decade and going into the 2020s now. Um, you can say that to a lot of football teams as well. But Washington, they haven't made the playoffs since 2015. That's mediocre. But of course now, Snyder has pretty much more or less caved. And I don't think Native Americans, actual Native American Indians, would care about the name change or if it changed or not, to be honest with you. But then again, it's consistent. But at least Snyder's been consistent of mediocrity. Of course, he's afraid to get the money or losing it and all that stuff. I understand that part. But isn't it like I said before? Isn't it typical of Dan Synder ever since he bought Washington? This team, yeah. I would be more worried if you have, like I said, I would be more worried that your team hasn't made the playoffs since 2015. 15. And that was the moment that Robert Griffin III injured his knee against Seattle. They have never been the same ever since. Name change. What's that going to do? People are still going to watch football anyway, one way or the other. It's not going to do much. I don't think the name change isn't going to matter. I wish he didn't cave. I wish he stayed right there, or at least for another year until you. And then if you want to do it in the offseason, make the name change. Not now. If you're going to do it, that's my opinion about that. Another one is live sports. When in the United States we're going to really get started in the live sports, even if it's an empty arena or empty stadium. I mean, it's getting ridiculous. Like, yeah, well, now we're in a bubble. I think sports in the United States in a damn bubble outside of golf, tennis, and maybe tennis, golf and MMA, UFC, basically. They might well. I mean, if I'm the NBA especially, I will be in it. I would get their own. I mean, play the games there, and that's it. Yeah, it's like it's so complicated and so ridiculous at the moment. If LeBron just said, "Let's play on Basketball Island," and we start the NBA season, most players would jump in. Believe me. Just like UFC does Fight Island, why don't we go on an island and play? And people still be watching. Or the NFL, if they had enough football fields, go on Football Island or college football. Why not? Why not? Because I don't. Why not? Or baseball, go on an island, have enough baseball fields. You know, it makes it more sense of it makes more sense than anything else. Because I don't know when we're going to resume normal live sports ever again at this point. At least in the United States, because I know worldwide. worldwide, we're getting big against some semblance of normalcy in sports, especially live sports. So I don't know, man. You just throw your hands up in the air and just be happy you have consoles like Xbox and PlayStation, and then the coming generation of PS5 and Xbox One X. If I'm wrong, let me know. Tabletop games and all that stuff. That should be more than enough to just tickle everybody's fancy, if for no other reason, or other forms of entertainment like movies and all the other stuff and streaming services and stuff. So that's it for me. That's Shawn1113, and the episode of this is when it's live. Well, actually, also one more thing. Also, the Major League Soccer. Hopefully, that'll be back soon. With that, this is Shawn1113. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for listening. And wherever you are,